Welcome to the TCAV Show. My name is Turner Cavender, and I wanted to come to you today with episode 4 of the TCAV How To Show. Now, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, and I have my little notes right here next to me. So I'm going to jump right into it and erase this off the board. So we're going to talk about 3 things we're going to jump right into today. The first one is going to be my journey. Sorry if I spell anything wrong. I'll be the first one to admit I can't spell everything right. So my journey, okay? Now the next thing is we're going to talk about is my change, okay? And then the third thing we're going to go into is going to be mastery, okay? Now let me go ahead and start with the journey. The journey is going to be, you know, where I started in my journey of my professional career. And it all started off with, you know, back when I was a kid, I raced motocross, and I was very fortunate enough to be talented enough to race motocross, because in that industry, it's almost like you have to have a natural talent, and you have to be able to develop a lot of determination and never giving up. And through that, I went through college. I had this passion to help people, and that passion was through, you know, health, mental wellness. And so with that, I got a kinesiology degree with a minor in nutrition. I graduated, and when I graduated is what most college kids do. They go out and they try to find a job. Well, in my industry, it's really, really hard to do well in industry unless you own your own facility or, have a place where you can train on your own terms and on your own hours. Well, you know, coming right out of college, that's most of the time not, very feasible. So I kind of basically went to Austin, worked for some clients, came back to Dallas, and really started to hit the ground running then even harder, because I worked myself into building a facility. And when I had to do that, I put all my money and everything I had, all my energy into building a facility and building a client base, and it put me into a homeless state where I had to either couch surf, or there's a fitness trail here in Dallas where when it was too hot, I would sleep outside in the bushes, and I would sleep at the gym that I worked at. Shower at the gym I worked at. And you know, there would have been many times where I could have given up, but I never did, because I had that one passion and that one vision and that one goal that kept me going, because I could have given up so many times, but I knew if I kept on going and spreading more positivity and helping more people step in that first step into the rest of their life for the better, I know one day that I could get there. And well, when I see my vision so vividly that I could actually feel like that I'm experiencing it that moment, I know it's going to come real. And today I'm living it, and I'm going to share with you the change that I did, okay? That's just my brief story. You can find some other YouTube videos out there to kind of give you more of my story and my journey in detail. Let's go ahead and talk about my change, okay? What did I do to change, okay? So we're going to go ahead and talk about the 3 main things that I did to make my change and to go to achieve my goals, to live the ultimate first-class experience. To live that first-class freedom. When I say that first-class freedom, I mean living life with financial freedom and freedom to be with the ones that you love. Do with those that you love what you want, when you want. Financial freedom, family freedom, ultimate first-class freedom. It's so important for you to understand what I mean by that title of this video and this episode. Now let's talk about what I did, okay? I set my goal, okay? Now, I want you all to understand, when you set a goal, it needs to be something that's so outrageous. Now, I'm not talking about saying like, oh, I'm going to own the moon one day. Don't come up with any bullshit like that. Keep it reasonable that you know that you can do. Now, sometimes you need to think out of your comfort box, okay? You need to think, so here's your comfort box. You need to think out here, okay? Now, you need to think that you're going to be a billionaire, okay? That's what this is right here, this B out here. You got to think like a billionaire. You got to think outside the box. You got to set your goal. Now, the second thing I did, I set my goal. I have my goal that I want to have, okay? The second thing would be, gotta look at my little thing over here, action plan for change. I mean, an action plan, damn it, I can't write today. Power list. If you can't read that, I'm sorry. As I said in the beginning of this video, now I'm gonna get right into this. Now this is something I've learned from my own mentors, and I advise you all to learn how to do this. And this is very, very important. I have me a little, you don't have to have a fancy book. I just have me a awesome book that my power book, and it's under that subtitle, it's The Power of the W. Now I'm gonna explain what that is, okay? As you can see here, I'm gonna get closer to the camera here. I have a list of things, and you can see they're scratched out. Okay? The scratch out means that's a good thing, okay? Now, when they're not scratched out, that's a bad thing. Now, if you see here, I'm gonna go into this, what it is, okay, in a second. I'm gonna work backwards from it, okay? So, as I go on through my day, the day before I go to sleep, I write down the 5 things that I need to do. The most important 5 things I need to do that's gonna take me to the next work towards that goal that I set. Remember, we set your goal, so we're gonna work towards that goal, okay? Write down the 5 things that I need to do. I need to write emails, I need to set some promotions, I need to do some videos to make sure I'm being heard, being seen, being recruited, and being more positive. Some stuff like that, okay? Or it might be, I need to wake up at 6 a.m. I need to meal prep. I need to go lift. Whatever it may be that you need to master is important, okay? Now, if I mark out all 5 things, no more than 5, because there's no way you're gonna do more than 5. Let's just be real here. You're just not gonna do it, okay? Trust me, I've been there. No, you cannot, you'll get overwhelmed, all right? So knock out these 5 things. Now, if you knock out all 5 things, you scratch them off, feel the orgasmic feeling of scratching them off, right? Okay? When you do that, that's a W for the win, okay? Now, why this is important, you're gonna see all these pages of my W's. Now, here's what's important of that, okay? This is what's going to take us to our next step. Now, I want you to remember, action plan to your power list, okay? This is my power list, this is my action list that I'm going to do every single day, and I do this before I go to bed. It's what another term I call out of mind, out of sight. I write it down, my list I need to do, out of my mind, out of sight. I can go sleep and get some peaceful rest. Now, that's another topic. But let's get right into the next thing, my third one, okay? The third one is going to be mastery. Okay? Mastery. Now, what is mastery? Okay? Mastery is when you take these W's and you add them up. Okay? So, you got to win those 5 things to win your day. And when you start winning your days, you're going to start winning your weeks. And when you start winning your weeks, you're going to start winning your months. You see where I'm going? When you start winning your months, you're going to start winning your years. And when you start winning your years, you're going to start winning your decades. And that's, my friend, is the secret to being successful and living the ultimate freedom. I'm telling you, my friends, this works. If you don't believe me, just watch me and see all the other people that are my mentors that I know you know all their names. They are the best people out there, okay? They're amazing people. I will comment their name down below because they're big impacts in my life, and I want to be a big impact in your life as well. So, now, the mastery is mastering your action plan, your to-dos, your things that you need to do every single day to step forward into that next step to get you closer to that goal that you ultimately set, right? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to take that action plan of the power list, okay, and achieve it every single day to win your weeks, your months, your years, your decades. Okay? And then, once you have that, the next thing and the final step, mastery of change. Now, once you have mastered getting up at 6 a.m. to start your day early, to get your workout, to meal prep, to do your emails in the morning, to do whatever you need to do to take you to your next step. Once you have mastered that, you don't need to put that on your list anymore. You have mastery of the change. So that means you don't have to do that anymore, right? So, with that being said, you need to be a master of your change, and become mastery and the mastermind of everything that you do in your day, and keep on putting there on your list your 5 things only, and keep achieving and keep marking them off and marking them W's. Now, if you don't mark all of them off, you better put those L's on there so you can learn your lesson, because it is the worst feeling in the world to let yourself down when you mark that L. Guys, that is my episode 4 for my change. What I did to go from homeless to where I am today, spreading more positivity and helping more people take that first step in a positive lifestyle to their goal. And this, my friend, is what I use, and I've seen tons of other successful entrepreneurs or anyone else that's just in corporate America get to their goal to achieve and experience that freedom feeling. Guys, I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share this with your friends. Get some likes, loves. Let me know what I can do to help you. Comment, ask me questions. I love questions. There's never, ever a dumb question. I will see you next time on the next episode. See you later.